Hey, what's up everybody? It's Rox and I'm coming to you today with a review for Cuttin' It in the ATL. Season 1, episode... What is the episode, y'all? I don't even know. It'll be on the screen. I skipped last week. I think this is episode either 7 or 8. I skipped last week, you guys, because I swear I didn't have the energy to be talking about these old mean ass heifers. It was a holiday. I was like, I'll be damned if I'm gonna get in my car and start talking about all that foolishness, you guys. But I got the best news of the day. The finale for the show is next week. Glad it's over. I had such high hopes for this show. I don't feel like it's a lost cause, but I feel like it needs a lot of work. A lot of work. I didn't even feel like doing the review today. The only reason why I am doing the review is because I did have, I had a good amount of people that asked me about the review last week, and I feel bad about leaving y'all hanging. Not only that, but I don't feel right when I don't complete something. It's just one more episode left. I wonder if they're even going to have a reunion for this show. They rarely have reunions for the WeTV TV shows. I don't even know how well this show did as far as viewership is concerned. So I don't even know if they're going to have a reunion. I was just like Roxanne, just do today, do next week, and be done with that shit. Plus, basketball-wise, I believe it starts Sunday. So, we'll have something else to talk about, and we'll be done with this. But yeah, this is not even going to be a real review, because all I'm going to just talk about is just what I think about the show. So, Mushia's hair, the runway curls, like, to me, I'm mad that they just started talking about her natural extensions at the end of the season. At least Maya had been talking about her pretty hair. We all know about this pretty hair now since the beginning. I feel like Mushia should have been doing the same thing, unless she had just developed it as the show was going on. But to me, it seems like, she seems like a woman that would be about her money as well. Seems like she would have had that hair ready to go before they even filmed, so that she could talk about it, because that would have been really good advertisement for her hair. Like yesterday when she was talking about the hair and, calling, I think they had like Moulin Rouge and Messy Bitch, all of her, I think there's like 5 or 6 different textures or curl patterns that she has. I remember from my card, I don't have it anymore, but it was like a commercial. She was talking about the hair. It's Ethiopian textured, and like I was just like, see, this is the kind of thing that they should have been doing from the very beginning. I thought it was really funny when Beauty had went and had her, collect on her bet and made Mushia wear that straight wig. I was just like, girl, I know when somebody look in the mirror and kind of like what they see. And I was just like, even though the wig was horrible, because I was like, fuck, can we get a part in there somewhere? I mean, with all these damn frontals and closures and everything, we couldn't just tweeze out a little bit of a part. But anyway, when she had the hair in, the way she just kept on bringing it to the front and then start putting her lip gloss on, I was like, bitch, you ain't gonna sit up here and act like you didn't like the way that looked. I thought that the whole sleek look was a nice change for her, but I like her with her natural hair too. So it was cute to me, because she was just like in that mirror and putting that lip gloss on. I said, you ain't fixing to fool me. I also want to talk about this whole thing with LaKenya and her opening the salon. Another problem that I have with the show is the fact that they don't really show them doing anybody's hair. Everybody's salon seems like it's empty. This is a show about hairstylists and hair salons and their business, and we ain't seen nobody other than Deidre kind of have somebody in her chair and, halfway doing somebody's hair. I mean, every now and then they'll have one person or something, but still it seems like the focus should be more on the talents of what they have in their salon. LaKenya, she's been focusing on opening up a salon, and I know from being friends with, my hairstylist that I've had for years and years and years, it takes a long time to build up the clientele, faithful clientele, people that's not just like seat hoppers, so that that you can kind of rely on them so that you can pay the rent for your salon. It is hard work to get quality hairstylists that's not messy, that's gonna show up, that's gonna do the work, that's going to pay you. It seems like it's so set up just for the TV show that she's opening the salon, and I mean, we ain't seen LaKenya do nothing. But I guess for the sake of the show, it's good that she's trying to get out on her own and start her business. I just feel like it's not a realistic storyline, unless she does have a lot of clientele. But, I can't hate on the girl for trying to, be about her business and starting her business and making her money and everything. But I just be like, every week, I just be looking like, now, what this child do? Whose head do she do? Beauty and her whole branding of her salon. That's another thing, like with Mushia. Like, we only been hearing about the Spoiled Opulence brand these last couple of episodes, and seems like this would have been an opportunity for her to even blow up her thing. Maybe the show is supposed to be centered around Maya's pretty hair. Maybe that's why, you know, just right at the end, they start talking about these other people's, you know, their business and what they got going on. So maybe I'm wrong about that, but it just seems like, I mean, that's more stuff that I would like to see. Like, everybody's focused on their stuff. Now, Beauty, you know, she did go about it a little strangely to completely copy somebody. I don't know how people think that when you 100% copy them, that is a compliment. I mean, everybody gets inspiration from everywhere, so it doesn't, that doesn't matter to me. But when you just blatantly do the same exact thing, it's almost like you stealing from the person. I mean, can you switch it up a little bit? Change the color? Change the font at least? Put the picture on the other side. This shit was real messy when Mushia was at the salon and Maya had called and was talking to Mushia, and Mushia had her on speakerphone, and she starts talking about Beauty, and Beauty completely copying what she had and how it was just crazy, and Mushia just had her on speakerphone and was laughing, not letting Maya know that Beauty was there. You know, it's it is being messy, even though it was nothing to be getting upset about because it was the truth. And I also feel like Maya was going to say something to Beauty anyway, but people don't like, people don't take too well to being talked about and having to hear about themselves being talked about semi-negatively, even if it is like in a joking or just kind of kidding or not that big of a deal. So I was just like, Mushia, you a messy girl. Again, it wasn't all that big of a deal. It wasn't that serious. And when I saw Beauty, it didn't seem like Beauty was all that upset about it. But them are the kind of things that have the potential to get shit started. But whatever. And then Maya, her wanting to have a baby, and the whole subject of her being a single mom. When she went to the adoption agency, man, I was just like, Lord have mercy. Now, I'm sure that was all tongue-in-cheek. She is a very smart woman. And I'm sure that the shit that she was saying was definitely, for entertainment's sake, for the sake of TV. But that kind of shit don't make you, there's so many people that watch these things that take everything literally and to heart. These are the kind of things that you can't really afford to just be saying. I mean, when she was talking to him and she was just like, well, if something's wrong with it, can I give it back? I test real high. I don't want to get a kid from Russia and then get them over here and then they fucked up because they've never been hugged. All of this, like, I know that she just cannot be that dense. When you hear her talk, she just is not dumb like that. So it was for entertainment's sake, but again, when you're watching it on TV and there's so many people that just look at it and take these things to heart, it's just like, no, you can't, it's like, it's just not, no, don't do that, because not everybody can decide if you're joking or not. But even with all that said, it was cool to see something about their lives other than them arguing about what this one said or what that one did. Now that we see that Maya has a life outside of hair, pretty hair, and her $50 weave shops, she's dealing with real life issues. And that's all I'm saying. Is like, can we see some of that other shit? This is all things that I hope, I don't even know, I don't know if the producers watch any of the reviews on these different shows that we all do, or if they look at the blogs and all of that. But, it's just things that I wish that they would put into the show. But, it's sort of like beating a dead horse. I even hate saying shit like this all the time, because when I get comments when people just was like, these reality shows are so bad, and it just shows that all we women do is fight and all that. And I get so sick of them kind of comments, because I'm just like, well, that's what the fuck we watch the shows for, right? It's for the entertainment purposes. So we can't complain about what a show is set up on. But this show never seemed to have anything. It just seemed like it was fighting from the start, and it was like, what exactly is we fighting about again? Deidre. So I guess now we understand why Maya's comments in her one-on-ones, in her confessionals, were always super duper negative about Deidre. It's obvious that they did these confessionals after they filmed the season. Most of the time when they do their confessionals, they try to keep on track with the way they were thinking at that time, not after everything else has happened, because it'll throw the viewer off if your attitude is reflecting something that hasn't happened on the show already. You understand what I'm saying? So the fact that Maya was calling her all of these names, and I just kept saying, like, I don't understand why she's so pissed at Deidre and just keeps on talking about her. Well, now it makes sense. She's mad at her because of the whole cake incident. First, let me say, you know, if you want to be doing something to somebody and getting them back and embarrassing them, for sure Deidre did what she needed to do. That would be something that I would not want to ever happen at my birthday party. But it's got to be something wrong with somebody who has that kind of time and energy to go and research somebody on the internet, find out that they have this mugshot, go and get the damn cake made, take it to the party. Okay, it's just like, that is so mean and spiteful to me. And not only is it that, but it's just like, you got all this time to do this shit. I mean, when people don't like me, I tend to just not even pay any attention to them. I don't talk to them, because what is it to talk about? I don't want to be getting into no fighting with you and trying to make you molded or embarrass you or all that. I'm just gonna fucking leave you alone. It ain't nothing else to talk about. So, like, you know, her doing that, and the fact that she was just like, I'm gonna let everybody know, honey. They is all gonna know, honey. If she ain't had no money in her account, baby, wait till I let everybody know, sugar. I was just like, oh my God. You putting way too much energy into this. She has bothered you that much. You letting that person control you if you letting them affect your life this much. Did you gotta do all of this? I mean, yeah, it was a one-up on Maya, because when that cake was down there, I was just like, oh, and then it just didn't make sense to me. Like, all that we've known about Maya, you know, the fact that she was married to this, you know, this big time surgeon out here in Atlanta. And I mean, you can look at the girl and tell that she might not be, you know, just balling out rich, but the girl, I'm sure, is not running around writing bad checks for $499 when she has businesses and things like that. You know, I knew there had to be some sort of explanation for it. And I'm sure that Deidre, as a smart woman, knew that as well. But, you know, she used it to try to embarrass Maya and just kind of be like, oh, you know, she's supposed to have all this and she ain't got, just like. And when Maya gave the explanation, something about a payroll check, I didn't really understand because Beauty kept interrupting her. But I wanted to hear the fucking explanation. Not because I felt like she needed to tell it, but I do kind of feel like she needed to tell it, because it's people, like I was saying, people don't always look at the whole picture. They just see this one little surface thing and say, oh, she ain't had $499. I was just like, but that shit was molded, right? I was just like looking like, ooh, and she was mad. She may have had an idea that this kind of thing would come up on the show. So maybe she kind of had been prepared herself, because when you go on reality shows, you have to know that all your past is going to come out. People will make it the point to go out and make sure that they can find everything out about you. So you might as well get yourself ready if you're going to be on a reality show. But yeah, just like I understand Deidre, but that's why I keep saying it. She's just a mean person to me. And then while we're talking about the party, what about how Mushia jumped on LaKenya because of what Deidre did? I was so mad that LaKenya kind of let her bully her at that time, because, you know, Mushia was just like, you know that your friend is wrong. You need to tell her. Oh, you know, we'd have cut all that right there. If I'd have been like, listen here, bitch, I didn't know she was gonna get that cake. That's all I heard. Don't be sitting up here fussing at me about some shit that she did. I had nothing to do with that. And that would have been the end of that. But the fact that she got so flustered and, you know, was crying and everything, I just was like, that's like a classic bully moment. Like, Mushia knows that she's the stronger personality. So she kind of jumped on LaKenya. And I didn't think the shit was fair. So when LaKenya finally walked off and got herself together, maybe the producers got with her and was just like, if you feel like you need to say something, then go back and say it, because she looked like she was about to leave. And when she came back, you know, she was very clear and just like, look, my experience with Deidre is different than you guys' experience. Like, I can be friends with her and be friends with you guys, and it shouldn't make a difference. And Maya was like, you're right, it doesn't make a difference. And it doesn't make a difference. I have some messy ass friends. I know how to, you know, I treat them with a long handled spoon. Okay, feed them with a long handle spoon. Y'all know I be fucking up them sayings, but you know, but it doesn't mean that just because one of my friends don't like this person, then I'm just gonna have to not like them either. But because the way the show is set up and everybody's so fucking catty, everybody feels like if you are with one group or the other, that you must be over there talking about me. Yeah, that shit ain't never gonna fly with me, because I'm always gonna make my own decisions, and that is going to be that. And then you will have to either deal with what I decide or not deal with it. So that's it. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.